I stopped this guy in the middle of the road for these pics. Why can't Nezuko speak like every other demon? I'm no demon scientist, but I'm gonna go with the hunk of bamboo in her mouth. It's over for you, Muzan. Why does Akaza wear this Hyoid? Oh, so everyone's allowed to have fancy outfits except him? Why didn't Genya eat Muzan?
What?
He wasn't hungry. I always find it hilarious how people joke that Shinobu and Akaza would team up to fight Doma or something. Teaming up with someone to defeat a lone opponent is the last thing Akaza would do. What if Sabito passed the final selection with Giyu? Giyu will finally be able to wear a proper overcoat. Two types of Big Brother. I'll deal with it versus go deal with it and fixes the job behind your back. Same energy. How the HFIL does this whip-like katana work? The thing is made of extremely malleable steel, which should be impossible given its condition, and it still fits in the sheath without any secondary adjustments? So how? You're thinking too hard about a series where they breathe really good to kill vampires. Giyu got kicked like a kilometer through several walls by Akaza, and all he had was a sore back. Which Upper Moon will spend the most time in HFIL? Doma, Fishface, and Multiple Personality Disorder Man. Master, you're back! I'm going to train with the Wind Pillar now. I bet Sanemi was so nice with her, unlike Tanjiro. Which side would you actually choose? Demon Slayers or Demons, based on your IRL personality / moral compass? I'll have to be a Slayer. The intrusive thoughts of that man popping my head like a water balloon, even if I manage to reach the bottom of the Kizuki, far outweigh my asthma. Fear versus respect. Imagine if Muzan just couldn't regenerate his head. If he was killable to anything other than sunlight, he wouldn't have gone to the mansion. Why was he hitting this pose? Was it intentional by Ufotable? Can you let him aura farm in peace? He looks like a vampire lord here. Smooth criminal. So cute. Art by... I'm not even gonna try to say that. Not the stepdad, but the dad that stepped up. The Big Brother Tax by Gimnaeung 59701. Ubuyashiki family's sacrifice.
Emotional damage!
What would other Hashiras do after seeing Nezuko protect Tanjiro? Joke's on you, Gyome can't see her. At this moment, Muzan lost all the aura he had. He looks like a tampon. My 60-year-old mother is watching Demon Slayer for the first time. She hates anime, and this is what she thinks of all the main characters. She's almost at the Spider Demon arc. Kind, monologues a lot, needs to make a comfier box for Nezuko, hopes he becomes a Hashira. Likes her outfit plus hair, thinks she's cute. When Nezuko hugged Tanjiro after the final selection, she got happy and said was adorable. Leave women alone, loud, annoying, needs to stay asleep more often. Please leave women alone. Reminds her of me, thought he was a furry, thought he was a girl, thought he was a demon when he first appeared, loud plus rude, likes more than Yellow Boy. Emo, talks too much, evil, doesn't like, forgot already. Special mention cause this was her fave, loved and thought Mask was cute, sad when she found out that Makomo wasn't important, first favorite character. You accidentally bump into this guy during your regular night walk. What would your next move be? Let's do a dance battle. Has anyone in anime ever 180 locked in like this? Why was Doma not really out of the Infinity Castle to run into any Hashiras like everyone else did? Doma is that employee who's very good at their job, but also lazy AF. Why are you crying? They're just katanas. The katanas. Genyo with Tanjiro? Genyo with Inosuke. Which Hashira would be the easiest to rage bait? Excluding our obviously angry babies, I'd say Tengen. Would have went with Shinobu, but she'd hold it in and enact revenge silently and deadly later down the road. You piss off Shinobu, and she calmly walks away. Then, after dinner, you're spewing out of both ends for hours. The wasted potential of the opening thread. They didn't abandon it, they just stopped showing it 13 times in every fight. She liked it. I find it funny that their head covers look like hijabs. She kinda bad though. Are they both albino? No, they're just anime characters. Do you think the Hashira were out of character during their introduction in Season 1?
What?
The demon slayers who've lived their entire lives with the express purpose of slaying demons? Watching her fight is genuinely so mesmerizing. She literally has the prettiest breathing style. If Ufotable doesn't extend Mitsuri's participation in fights for the sake of Obanai, you will see me on the news. Who invited my man Blood? Bro thinks he's on the team. You wake up as Muzan in the Demon Slayer universe. What will you do? Scenario 1. Practice the moonwalk, groin grab, and leaning forward pose to improve my styling and profiling, for a better entrance to the headquarters later on. Time Traveler moves a chair. The timeline. Why don't you become a demon slayer, Akaza? Ubuyashiki's kids during the fight. Why didn't Akaza remember his previous life as a human while Doma and Kokushibo did? It's very nebulous what demons remember, their past, and which demons don't, and why. But I'd say that Muzan has some part in controlling what they remember. And also getting a hand shoved through your brain tends to mess with your memory somewhat. Man, it's so cool that Tanjiro got Gyome's mark of approval when it literally didn't matter. Tanjiro already proved himself an asset to the corps, and Nezuko was under protection.
What?
Bro, this was a Gyome character development moment. It comes right after the flashback explaining why he has a hard time trusting people. Blood Demon Art. Reading comprehension. Kyojuro Rengoku really got the short end of the stick as a demon slayer. If it makes you feel better, he got the long end of a fist. Why didn't anyone else try out eating demons in order to gain powers? I read it as try eating out demons.
What?
Bro's the freak Hashira. Congrats, it's your first night as a demon. Now then, which face would you rather come across after your first hunt? A rabbit, probably? Zenitsu. I'd rather be one-shot than killed by poison or whatever the HFIL Sonami has in store for me. Demon Slayer pets. My cat Koku Puffs. In the Blacksmith's arc, when Nezuko was burning, what would have happened if Tanjiro took off all his clothes to cover Nezuko and continued chasing the demon?
What?
The fangirls would freak out. Naked breathing, first form, clap and flash. Why do demon slayers quadruple their muscle mass when shirtless? It's just a sleeper build. Oh look, a message. Become a demon, Kyojuro. What's your favorite demon design? Main Demons Edition. Kokushibo is breathtaking. Nothing but aura. Talk to him. I'd suck his Nichirin. Alright, that's it. Give me your phone. Soulmated so hard she left heaven behind to be with him in HFIL. She set her heart ablaze. Akaza kicks Giyu a bit too far and he lands in the middle of the room where Doma and Shinobu are fighting. How does this change things? Everybody dies a lot quicker than already expected. If 4 kids got the rights to Demon Slayer: George, O'Brien, Kevin, Mabel and Simon, Griffith, Misty, Teresa, Yasmin, Charles, Tristan, Cheryl, Samuel, Sarah, Sherry, Henrietta, Mitchell, Isaiah, Zachary, Nicole, Timothy, Caleb, Garrison, Debbie, Gunnar, Henry, Nadine, Alan, Denver, Kenny. Anyone else think the Hashira training should have been a regular thing? Explicitly stated in the manga, the only reason the Pillar Training arc even happened was because there was no more demon sightings during that period. Thus, their workload suddenly dropped, and thus they were able to make the time to do this. Before then, they only had time to train their direct successors, as well as patrolling their own areas, plus refining their own swordsmanship. If you live with one of the upper moons for 24 hours, which one would you choose? Hear me out. I can manage with Doma.
What?
What would you do or say if upper moons 1, 2, and 3 appeared in your humble abode? You wake up in the middle of the night. Can I suck that? Gets beheaded. Before versus after. Nah, they got Akaza wrong. This is his real after. What is a common misconception people have about Kimetsu no Yaiba that you just don't understand? That Giyu got his mark because his back hurt. Kokushibo got a new upgrade. Kibutsuji Muzan choosing all the traumatized, mentally ill, or straight up evil people to turn into demons. Being a Kyojuro fan is so hard, all we have left is flashback crumbs. And the guy who made a donut out of you is now a fan favorite and getting all the sympathy. Who do you think have the coolest drip amongst the Hashiras? Tengen got a drip so nice, he got married thrice. Why does it seem that Muzan has a family? Does he really have one? And what happened to them afterwards? And why does he have to blend in? Why can't he go all out? Y'all all saying manipulation and he ate them, but I raise a hypothetical. Mrs. Not Kibutsuchi was a freak in bed. Tanjiro and Giyu, Water Bros, Hydro Homies, H2 Bro, Aqua Amigos, Splash Brothers, Moist Mates. Imagine you had the misfortune of making eye contact with Muzan. What would you do in this situation? Hee hee! Gets impaled through the skull. Am I the only one who thinks that Muzan looks more like a vampire than a demon? I thought you were going to say he looks like Michael Jackson.